there, it's Debbie with Pickin, Coop, Farmstead, and I just got home from Gabby's basketball tournament, and they did lose that game, but they fought a good one. They did really well. The girls were older and much taller, so they fought a good fight. They did good. So, anywho, I have my March 20th tag to plant. So, what I want to plant today are, for right now, some lemon cucumbers. I went out, got a bunch of soil. I got it damp, just damp, not sopping wet. I've got my solo cups, generic solo cups, I should say. I have my markers for plant identification. So we're going to fill up our cups. Let's come over here. I haven't built, I bought another set of shelves, and I haven't built those yet because I haven't quite figured out where in the tarnations I'm going to put them. It's too cool to put them in the mudroom. So I'm not quite sure yet where in the world. I might be able to finagle some stuff around in here. I'm not really sure. My dining room table is an antique, what they call, I think it's like a harp table, and it's humongous, even with the leaves out. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it. I'll figure it out. I rearranged everything on my shelves over here so I could get more plants per shelf by putting the trays long ways instead of across. They go up and down now, and so far the plants seem to be getting enough light. That's the part I was worried about, having them so far away, and I only have one light under here instead of two running across. So we'll see how it all works out. But anyways, so far so good. I know that I'm going to end up having to use counter space. Try to get you a little more level. Sorry for all the motion. All right, here we go. Let's put you down like that. Over. Get a better view. Nope. I always go backwards with this. Okay, so here we go. Now, first things first, we're going to do lemon cucumbers. I'm probably only going to plant maybe 4 of these because I have Armenians. I forget what other kind I have, but I'm going to maybe pickle bush. I have one other kind of, I love the Armenians. Those are great. They make good fridge pickles. They're good for eating fresh. You do not, they never seem to be bitter to me. They're not, you don't have to peel them, which I think is awesome. So lemon, cucumber. All right, so we'll do our first one with that. We'll put our name tag in, and I'll push this down here. And we're only going to plant 4. I have to try to mentally keep track of this because these are saved seeds from a guy and his wife in Palo Cedro there. They were doing hydroponics and all kinds of really innovative stuff at their house and selling their plants, but I have not seen them doing that, so I don't even know if they still live there. I bought these cucumber plants from him, gosh, maybe 3 years ago when I first started gardening up here. And rule of thumb, you don't have a package that tells you how deep to plant your seeds, how far apart to plant your seeds. You can always Google it. And as far as depth goes, no more than the width of the seed. That's how that works out. Okay, so I'm going to keep my pile of seeds over here so I can mark them in my gardening journal. And then after I get them all done, I water them in. But you have damp soil to begin with. Okay, next I have the Ford Hook Armenians. I grew these last year. These were absolutely delicious. And I grow all of my cucumbers on a trellis. That way it gives me more planting room. It's funny because it's only the mister and I plant enough food for an army. But I do give a lot away. I'm only wanting 4 of these. So cucumbers, we're only going to do 4. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, could just sprinkle a little over the top since I put them in a little divot. Oh, I broke my own rule here. Do your name tag first. Let's see, these are just straight Armenian. I thought I had Armenian white, but I think these are, yeah, these are regular Armenian. Alright, 2 varieties of cucumbers. And I still have quite a few in there. I have quite a few. You want to take seed inventory as you go. And I have a seed wish list that I keep in my purse. That way, if I'm at the store, I can look and say, oh, I need these or I need these. Painter's tape. And seal that guy right back up. Okay, next. Let's see, what do we have here? We've got mustard. I've got some mustard seed. It's Livingston, Florida broadleaf mustard. And this is very prolific, let me tell you. I'm only going to grow a few of these. I tend to go a little crazy, and then last year, I don't know if you watched my videos last year, but holy cow, I let them go to seed so I could save the seeds. I was going to make mustard. Well, these I don't think are the kind that you make mustard out of. They're tiny little black ones. But I will never have to buy mustard seeds again. So I'm using these up first, and then I planted some of these in the ground for my fall garden, and they started coming up, and then something, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do 5. This is how I get into trouble. They're tiny seeds, and I just say, oh, I'll just put them all in there. We're not going to do that. Okay, so this is going to take the white part of this. Oh, that was close. Never fear. Tiny seeds on the planet, and then I'm trying to spill them. Alright, so we're going to put those in there. And just sprinkle. I just put those on the top, and then I just sprinkle just barely some dirt. Lightly tamp it down. I looked for purple mustard or wasabi. I bought some wasabi mustard at a farmer's market in Palisadro years ago, and it tastes exactly like wasabi. And I looked for it, and I had to order it, and by the time I found it, I just said, well, to heck with it. So that's one thing on my wish list. Next we have Burpee Mammoth Dill. This is wonderful. This I should probably succession sow. I love dill. I save the seeds and I dry the leaves. See how many do I have in here? These are little tiny guys too. So I'm gonna see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 6, 7, 8. What the heck, 9, 10. I have a whole bunch in the cupboard. So if I need to, I can use those. Plus there's still a bunch in the thing. I love dill. It makes everything taste wonderful. It's not just for dill pickles. I make dips with it. I put it in certain soups, baked potatoes. It's just yummy stuff. So I'm just gonna say dill. I only have one kind, so I don't really have to write what kind it is. All right, we're doing good. Got 4 different things done. Close this back up. Oh. Okay. And cilantro. This is just burpee. Who knows where I got these? My sister might have given me these. She gave me a whole bunch that she got somewhere. And these are actually organic, which is nice. And I saved a bunch of the seeds from last year, so I have a lot of seeds. I saved them last year and the year before, actually. So I have a lot. So once these are gone, I will have plenty to last me probably the rest of my planting career, which is lovely. And it bolts pretty quickly when it starts getting hot. And once it does that, then you just let them, the little pods dry up. I'll show you what they look like. And there's several seeds inside these little pods. Let me show you. There we go. You never have too much cilantro, I always say. I'm one of those people that does not think it tastes like soap. A lot of people do not like it. They just say, ew, it tastes like soap. And I saw somewhere why that is. I don't know, and I cannot remember. You guys will have to research that, check it out. All right. Cilantro is complete. Name tag. There we go. Let's put that over there. And we'll put a piece of tape on that. Never throw your seeds out. If they're expired, certain things lose their germination probabilities much quicker than others. But like Jessica Sauer says in Roots and Refuge, what do you have to lose? Plant it. Worst case scenario, nothing grows. But how do you know if you don't try, right? Makes sense to me. Next, sweet basil. I absolutely love basil. And last year it grew like crazy, and I made all the pestos, and I put that's one thing I couldn't find to where you can actually can it. And that's one thing that everybody says. Now these are super, super, super tiny. I'm just going to sprinkle these around in my cup. And then when I write in my gardening journal, It asks you how many you planted. I just say many, because who knows. I'm not going to sit there and count them. I'm not that meticulous about it. Basil. This is sweet basil. I'm going to grow 2 kinds of basil. I'm going to write what type. Sweet basil. Alright, so I'm just going to pat these down just a hair. Just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of dirt, since they're so small. I'll put that over there. Okay. It goes actually pretty quickly. I don't know if it's because it's fun for me or what, but yeah. Alright, so holy basil. And my gardener. This stuff is great medicinally. You have to research to see what it does. Does it say on here? Used for centuries for tea. I know it's good for teas, for soothing properties. It shortens flu syndrome symptoms, aids in respiratory function, and wards off the common cold. Now that's amazing. So I think what I want to do, I didn't get to do it this last year. I did get some dried, but not enough to really make anything. I don't know why. I don't think I planted enough or something. Something happened and it didn't do a good job for me, or I didn't do a good job for it. It's probably more like it. Okay, so there's a little piece of bark in there. When I'm planting seeds, I don't like the little bits of bark in there. Especially the little tiny guys have a hard enough time coming up through the soil. You don't need the bark in there. Now if you are doing your potting up, that doesn't matter. Alright, so holy basil. Now, unlike the sweet basil and a lot of the other basils, once it flowers or goes to seed, it gets a little bitter. Oh, I don't have that many seeds in here. Oh. It gets a little bitter, and holy basil does not do that. So that's a very good thing. And those are uber, super, duper, duper tiny. I'm just barely sprinkling that. Okay, we'll set that over there. Mess up a piece of tape. All right, we got our basils planted. Just stick this right on there. Okay, I'm gonna have to save seeds from that this year too, because I don't want to run out of those. Next, ooh, this is a newbie to me. Wild bergamot, or as they call it, bee balm. Now last year, I must have tried to grow this and it did not grow for me for some reason. I'm gonna try it again. I thought they were new though. Maybe I tried to plant it earlier. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. After a while you get a little dingy about it. It's because I have tape on here. Oh, you know why? Because I think I gave some to my sister. Because I know I just bought these this year. Okay, so here we go. These are super, super tiny also. Now these are great pollinators, or they attract the pollinators, I should say. The seeds aren't pollinators. There we go. Let's sprinkle. Woo, that's enough. I have to save seeds from this too. So I don't know if I don't know. I'm confused whether I tried to grow them before or not. I think I might have gave some to my sister. I don't know. Alright, so this is bee balm. Okay. Then I think I have one left. I have tried several times to plant this, and I'm going to try it again. I don't know. I heard you need to put it on a heat mat, which I really don't have a heat mat, but I'm going to try it again. I had some old seeds the first time, and then I bought these from my gardener, and the gal that went to her farm said she does hers with the heat mat. So I'm just going to give it a try. And all you can do is try, right? This is otherwise known as echinacea. So I'm just going to sprinkle them in here. Sprinkle just a light smidgen of dirt over the top. Oops, I dropped some seeds, darn it. I'll put these little guys back in here. Alright, so cone flour. Okay. Okay, that is done. So there you have it. We planted up all these guys. Boom, 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 lickety split. So now what I want to do is water them in with my little sprayer. And I'll be right back and I'll show you that. This is my pump sprayer. This just has plain old tap water, and we don't have city water, so there's no chlorine or chemicals or anything like that. You pump this up. This thing adjusts right here, and then you just, let's go down so you can actually see. Just, it's such a nice way. Shay of Shay's Gardens, I think she said her hubby thought of this idea, because she plants many, many, many plants, and it's a much easier way to keep everything watered. And I'll tell you, it's a lifesaver. I was using just a spray bottle, and yeah, that your little hand gets so tired afterwards. But the guy at the grocery store gave me a good tip, because these have little rubber O-rings in there, keep the seal. When you're done spraying, let the air out so there's no pressure behind that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm out of watering trays, so I'm going to fill this up. It's a cookie sheet with warm water. So I'm going to take this over here. Now I put this, let me show you. I put this up on the top shelf. As you can see, the lights are lower to the plants. So they're over there. And then I'm just going to fill that up with lukewarm water, and that'll be that. And then I mist them at least 2 to 3 times a day. It depends on how warm it is though. So that's all I have for you today. So we planted up quite a few things today, and we'll keep you updated as soon as they germinate. And then we'll be back probably with another planting video before I do anything else. I hope the sun is shining where you are. thank you so much for watching. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. And God bless you all, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.